Edition News at 10 with Ann Gownley. Sports with Beth Mensinger. Meteorologist Joe Garbacik. And senior news analyst L.A. Jerome.
Police in Hazleton need your help in locating two Hispanic males who allegedly robbed the Turkey Hill and Alter Street at gunpoint, and it's our top story tonight. Good evening. This is WYLN's Late Edition for Monday, December 2nd, 2013. I'm Ann Gownley. An armed holdup at the Turkey Hill on Alter Street in Hazleton. It happened around 3 o'clock this morning. Hazleton police were called to the Turkey Hill after the holdup alarm was activated. The clerk told the holdup that the two Hispanic males pushed her to the back of the store. Both were armed with what appeared to be handguns. The two males fled on foot in an unknown direction. The descriptions of the two males are on your screen now. The clerk was not injured, and the report did not indicate if anyone was in the store at the time. No word at this time if anything was stolen. Anyone with information is asked to call the Hazleton Police Department at 570-459-4940 or dial 911. A weekend stabbing in Mahanoy City home. 53-year-old Lawrence Quinn was found dead at his home at 739 East Mahanoy Avenue around 4:40 Sunday morning with a single stab wound to the chest. Quinn was found lying in the kitchen area of his home. Two other residents were inside at the time. When EMS arrived on scene, they tried to revive Quinn but were unsuccessful. He was pronounced dead at the scene by a Schuylkill County deputy coroner. A full autopsy will be performed on Quinn this week at Lehigh Valley Hospital. But in court papers, Kimberly Hahn stated she did it in self-defense. She stated Quinn had hit Hahn's mother. She confronted him and they got into an argument. Hahn stated Quinn pinned her against the sink and had her by the throat. She grabbed a knife and stabbed him. Hans has not been charged at this point. Anyone with information on Quinn's death is asked to contact the Mahanoy City Police Department at 570-773-2313. A longtime state representative who represents portions of Luzerne County has announced that she will retire at the end of next year. Representative Phyllis Mundy, a Democrat from Kingston, is currently serving her 12th term in office, and when she retires, she will have served 24 years in the state house. Mundy was first elected in 1990, defeating incumbent Scott Dietrich, a Kingston Republican. Throughout her political career, Mundy worked with several volunteer organizations and led successful initiatives to expand prescription drug benefits and care for senior citizens. She also promoted quality care for foster children and garnered a reputation for outstanding constituent service. Mundy will complete her term, which runs through November 30th of 2014. On Friday, we told you that a reward fund was going to be set up for information leading to the arrest and conviction of a killer of 97-year-old woman from Nanticoke. Gertrude Price was found dead inside her Nanticoke home on Grand Street. Investigators say the intruder beat Price to death after entering the house through a basement window. They added that it was a random home invasion robbery and happened sometime between 10 p.m. last Thursday and 10 a.m. the following day. Retired Nanticoke police officer Kevin Rivera reorganized the rewards fund. Rivera put in the first $1,000 just hours before the news broke Friday morning. Others have pledged money as well, and it currently stands at $3,000. The fund is set up at PNC Bank and administered by the Nanticoke nonprofit group Fraternal Order of Eagles. Interested parties can send donations to FOE Just Rewards Fund, care of Gertrude Price, PNC Bank, 600 South Market Street, Nanticoke, PA, 18634. Cash and checks are accepted. Anyone with information is asked to call the State Police Barracks in Wyoming at 570-697-2000. Pennsylvania State Police have issued its Thanksgiving holiday crash report from November 27th through December 1st. Police investigated 936 crashes. From those, 9 people were killed, 236 were injured, and according to police, 74 of them were alcohol-related. 1,202 people were cited by troopers for not wearing their seatbelts, and 104 motorists were cited for not securing children in safety seats. 7,446 speeding tickets were given, and 433 drivers were arrested for driving under the influence. These statistics only include incidents reported by the state police. They do not include the number of accident investigations by local police. A Wilkes-Barre man was charged with switching bets twice at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. 60-year-old Salvatore Toto Leggio was playing Mighty Baccarat on November 10th when he put a $1,500 on the banker's bet of the game. When Leggio saw that the player's wage was the winner, he tried a quick sleight of hand movement to move his bet to the player's betting spot. After the dealer realized what Leggio had done, he reported him to his supervisor. Leggio was charged with 2 counts of theft by deception and fraudulently winning or reducing a bet. Just after 12:30 today, Hazleton police responded to the intersection of Wyoming and Green Streets for a motor vehicle accident. A 2007 blue Dodge 1500 pickup truck went through a red light, striking a 2012 gray Nissan Juke in the driver's side. Traffic was backed up for a short amount of time. There were no injuries reported from this afternoon's accident in Hazleton. Wilkes-Barre's credit rating has been upgraded. Standard & Poor's Rating Services has revised its outlook on the outstanding general obligation bonds from A- to A+. S&P cited several factors, including fiscal management, improved liquidity, and strong budget flexibility. The report also stated that the city's reserves are 19% above expenditures for the past several years. In less than a year, the city has removed itself from a negative watch list and increased ratings on city bonds from negative to positive. Mayor Tom Layton said it was, quote, the result of years of hard work by my administration to build a strong financial foundation for the city of Wilkes-Barre, unquote. The city council is expected to approve a $3 million tax revenue anticipation note tran for 2014. Layton says he expects a low interest rate of 1.68, a far better rating than its sister cities, Scranton and Hazleton, have been able to get the last few years. Today is the first day of deer hunting season, and today we caught up with some hunters as they headed out for the first deer of the season. The weather was mild, and hunters we spoke with say it was a beautiful day to hang out in the woods looking for the right buck. Hunters with licenses are able to shoot 1 buck and 1 doe per season. Mark Miller of Freeland headed out bright and early this morning. He tells us from his years of experience there wasn't as many deer present like there were years ago.
Well, I was out before it got daylight and didn't see any deer, heard just a few shots, and that was it. I have 2 doe licenses, and I bought an archery tag and everything. I still haven't got a deer yet, so you can shoot more than one, but you have to find them first.
While many hunters proudly display the deer they shot on the wall mount and keep the rest to eat, some hunters go out just for the thrill. At Country Butcher Shop in Drums, employee Bob Trantley tells us that several hunters will bring them to deer to donate the meat to a good cause.
Basically here we participate in the Hunter Sharing the Harvest program. Somebody goes out and is basically trophy hunting for a buck, or they're just out for the sport of it, and they get a deer and they don't know what to do with the meat. They bring it to here, they only pay a partial fee, and then we process the deer, make it all into ground meat, freezer wrap it, freeze it, and then the Weinberg Food Bank come and picks it up, and we donate it to the food banks around the area.
And for those of you headed out for another day of hunting tomorrow, Miller says the trick is to have lots of patience and, of course, being in the right place at the right time. And it's not just the novice hunters headed out to the woods. The younger generation is out looking for their first buck ever, thanks to the Mentored Youth Hunting Program. 9-year-old McKenna Thompson and her dad, Adam Thompson, headed out bright and early together to look for McKenna's first buck. In 2006, the Pennsylvania Game Commission launched the Mentored Youth Hunting Program aimed at children under the age of 12. The license gives youth an introduction to the outdoors and nurtures their early interest in hunting, giving them a more active role while with a mentoring adult.
It's a huge amount of fun and stuff. You're just a great family experience.
McKenna says it was dark, cold, and sometimes scary, but she had a lot of fun being able to hang out with her dad on the first day of hunting season.
We have to use hot hands. It's a little packet that you shake, and it just heats up, and it heats your hands up. And that's what we have to use just to heat ourselves up. It's when we get here, it's very, very dark, and we can't really see, so we have to have a little headlight for us. And sometimes it can get a little scary in the dark because you'll hear owls, and sometimes you'll think that there's someone chasing you behind you or anything like that. But it's really fun, and it's a good time to spend time with your dad.
When out with a mentoring hunting license, you are only allowed to carry 1 gun. Adam says this license is a great opportunity to show his daughter what hunting is all about.
With the mentor license, we're only allowed to have one firearm with us, and it's usually the gun that she Yeah, I'll carry it until we get stationary. When we get to a stationary spot where we're going to hunt, then I can hand her the gun. So, but we saw deer, just didn't get any shots on them.
Although they didn't get a buck, like many other hunters out there, they're hoping to get one before the end of the season. For more information on the mentoring license program, you can log on to pgc.state.pa.us. The former St. Joseph's Hospital in Hazleton will soon be under renovation. Our Julie Stefanovich toured the facility this afternoon and has all the construction details.
2 weeks ago, the Claremont Group based out of New York received approval from the Hazleton Zoning Board to start development on the planned assisted living facility and nursing school. Kate Day is the operations manager for the project. She took us on a tour of the former St. Joe's and explained the visionary process for the new facility.
What we're looking to do here right now is really get started on our renovations. As you can tell, things are just kind of the way it was left and kind of abandoned from years back. What we're looking to do is a complete makeover. It's going to be our first phase of the project. It's the ground floor, which we're actually on the first floor. The ground floor below us is where we're looking to do the nursing school. This floor and the floor above us are pretty much identical. We're looking to have residence rooms here.
Day hopes that Phase 1 will be completed in the next 5 months. The new facility will also be partnering with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance to better assist its residents.
Speaking with the hospital today, they're actually doing a new program where they offer a lot of medical services to skilled nursing facilities and assisted living facilities. So I'm really excited to partner with them because we don't want to have this just by bare minimums. You know, a lot of nursing homes and whatnot, the residents get care if they need to go to the hospital. They don't have preventative care where they're getting their annual exams, their mammograms. Doctors come in and do rounds once a month on their backs and see how they're doing. And we're looking to do things of that nature so everyone feels taken care of and the families know that no matter what, there's professionals in this building.
Additionally, the facility will bring in new businesses, office space, and employment to the area.
Some pros of this facility are going to be all of the jobs that it's going to bring in here. Overall, I'm looking at possibly up to 125, 150 positions that over time are going to be opened just in this one facility right here. Additionally, the restoration of this building itself. So many of our parents were born here, so many of us have worked here back in the day or been born here ourselves, and a lot of people just hate to see this building sit here and rot and get graffiti written all over it. So to bring it back to life, give it a whole new look and rejuvenate it and put a really good system in place here, I think is going to be wonderful.
After Phase 1 is completed, the company will be eligible to receive its license and the resident application process will be underway. In Hazleton, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
We've just seen the biggest projected shopping day of the year, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Today, INN has the numbers and more, starting with Phil Doherty.
The numbers are in, and overall sales were up for Thanksgiving weekend. ShopperTrack says store sales were up for Thursday and Friday by 2.3%. But for Black Friday alone, sales were down 13.2%. That means more people shopped on Thanksgiving Day, and many people shopped on their phones and tablets this year. Speaking of which, those devices are getting quite a workout today. The National Retail Federation says 131 million people plan to shop online this Cyber Monday. Karen Kafa has tips and tricks for shopping online through the rest of the season.
Cyber Monday has its roots in the old desktop computer and wired internet. Shoppers would return to the office after the Thanksgiving holiday and hop online. Even with access to the internet in pockets, purses, couches, and cafes, retailers say Cyber Monday hasn't lost its luster.
We know that Cyber Monday is really going to draw the crowds.
The National Retail Federation says 8 in 10 retailers will offer special Cyber Monday deals. Laura Harders of the blog Beltway Bargain Mom says it's important to be able to separate the good deals from the great deals.
You want to take advantage of deal sites as well as online databases that congregate or help collect all that information in one place. So it really takes the hard work out of it for you.
Sites like Savings.com and PriceGrabber.com pull coupons and deals from multiple retailers. Also, the deep online discounts will go beyond Cyber Monday.
Last year, the days Cyber Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday were all over $1 billion online.
And after Cyber Week, Harder says she's noticed another trend.
Around December 15th, a lot of discounts on jewelry, handbags, other apparel items, and they're trying to clear their extra inventory, and they know that us as consumers are looking to go out and buy all of those holiday gifts.
That times well with the annual Free Shipping Day. Hundreds of retailers will participate on December 18th with delivery guaranteed by Christmas. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
And make sure you cyber shop safely. Experts offer these tips. Do not take your laptop into public places and scroll through deals. Identity crooks often set up their own networks, luring you to log on to fake sites. Make sure you have privacy settings tight on all your social media accounts. The more of your interests available for all to see, the more likely a bad guy is going to send you a fake special offer. And be wary of someone calling your home and pretending to be from a local business offering you a special deal in your hometown.
On Sunday, many came out to Hazleton's annual Christmas tree lighting right outside of City Hall.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. Great, great.
At this year's event, there were plenty of Christmas caroling from Angela Vito and Chris Pavlik and the Hazleton Area High School Chorus.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding, 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 ding-a-ding-a-ding-ding-dong. Merrily on high, hear the bells ring, merrily the heavens sing. Merrily on high, hear the bells ring, all the earth ain't ding-dong-ding.
Really can't but baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, it's cold outside.
This evening
been hoping that you drop
so
in.
Very nice.
I'll hold your hands there just like I.
Elite Dance Studio of Hazleton, under the direction of Danielle Burke, gave a special Christmas performance outside of City Hall as well.
You love me so. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
You know, it's important to have the community come together. It's important to have events for the children, and it's important to have something positive going on in the community rather than some of the negativity that we have been receiving.
There was even a toy raffle that all the children were able to take part in. And of course, at the end of the ceremony, Santa Claus himself greeted all the young boys and girls who got to tell Santa what they wanted this Christmas. The actor who starred in Fast and the Furious was killed over the weekend. Phil Doherty has more.
Authorities say drag racing may have been a factor in the crash of Fast and Furious star Paul Walker. Walker was in the car with a friend on Saturday when it crashed into a pole and then burst into flames. Investigators got a phone tip suggesting that another car was also at the scene. The two had just attended a charity event. Walker's co-star Tyrese Gibbon is seen here at the crash site. Walker leaves behind his 15-year-old daughter, Meadow. He was only 40 years old.
The National Transportation Safety Board says the train that crashed in New York Sunday was going 82 miles an hour around a curve designed to be taken at 30. But the investigation is continuing into the wreck that killed 4. Ray Hobbs has the details.
More than 60 people were hurt yesterday, and today 11 remain in critical condition. The engineer says the brakes failed, but as Roy Hobbs reports, it could take a while before investigators nail down a cause for the crash.
Well, I heard a lot of crunching and grinding, and I started seeing stars in front of my eyes, and I thought, my goodness, is this the end?
He was one of those who was able to walk away from the crash. But according to a doctor, even those who walked away not physically hurt are still injured.
Emotionally, everybody's traumatized. And some of them are going to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder after this. This will be a trying thing for them to get back on a train.
Investigators from the NTSB are reviewing data from the black boxes known as event recorders that were recovered from the scene.
The data from the boxes will at least give us some insight into what was going on at the time. We'll combine that with other information, with other investigative activities.
A locomotive was pushing 7 passenger cars around a 30-mile-per-hour curve when the whole train left the tracks.
The MTA will be cooperating fully with the NTSB in this investigation. The MTA wants to know as much as anyone what happened with this accident, if there is a lesson to be learned, because safety is job one.
Passengers trying to get home, to school, or to work today got by on trains running on the undamaged tracks or by buses. Roy Hobbs reporting.
All you Liam List fans, Liam will be performing at the Wiltsey Center Saturday, December 14th, thanks to Lehigh and Kia. And we here at WYLN have exclusive tickets for 10 children to have dinner with him before the show. The 12-year-old recording artist who has been featured on Radio Disney was first introduced to the Hazleton area when he performed at Fun Fest in September. Liam had a successful fall tour as a support act for Fifth Harmony. The winners of these tickets will have dinner with Liam, catered by Alta Catering in the cafeteria at the Hazleton area Elementary Middle School before Saturday's show. They will also receive special memorabilia, autographs, and pictures with Liam. Each winner will also get 2 tickets for premier seats during the show, which starts at 6:45. We have 2 tickets to give away tonight, and for your chance to win, call right now, 570-459-1869, extension 1172. Leave your name and number, and we'll pick 2 winners at random. This is for our live 10 o'clock newscast only, so dial now, and good luck. Tonight, we also have a chance for one lucky viewer to win a family 4-pack of tickets to see the 10th annual Sounds of the Season concert this Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Wiltsey Center inside the historic castle on 9th Street in Hazleton. The concert is produced in cooperation with the Wiltsey Center, WYLN TV, the DeMelfi School of Music, the Hazleton Standard Speaker, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, and Service Electric Cablevision in Hazleton. The holiday performance will feature the renowned Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra and the Freeland Community Choir. Call us now at 570-459-1869, extension 1115. Leave us your name, town, and phone number, and we'll draw one lucky viewer's name at random. This giveaway is for our live 10 o'clock newscast only, and remember, you can only win once every 60 days. So call now, and good luck. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to check in with our chief meteorologist, Joe Garbacik, in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe, it's beginning to look a little bit like Christmas outside, hopefully with no snow yet.
It doesn't look like we're going to have snow just yet across our viewing area, but yeah, in our Bedrock Gardens Outdoor Weather Center, looking very nice, very festive for the season. Got the lights up, got some of those trees behind me, and even some deer that are out there, and not real deer, but actually lighted deer that are actually by the waterfall. So it's looking pretty nice out there, and maybe by the ending part of next week, we'll be able to put some snow on some of these particular outdoor festive lights, because there's a chance of some snow in the forecast. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but temperature-wise, not too bad here in the backyard. Here's a look at some of the national temperatures. The extreme cold weather way up toward the north, but eventually, in fact, Great Falls is only coming in with 8 degrees now as I speak, but some of the colder air eventually will make its way back into our area. I'll let you know when, coming up next.
Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, they feature their boneless and skinless chicken breast for only $1.77 a pound. From our family to yours, all the joy of the season from Northeast Kitchens, 41 East Chestnut Street in Hazleton.
Hi, sir. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Can I just get your name for our mailing list?
Yeah, sure. Smitty Jones.
Is that the same Smitty Jones that lives at 1 Phillips Street?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't complete this transaction.
What do you mean? I'm just buying a candy bar.
Unfortunately, your credit score is too low.
What do you mean? I'm paying cash.
Sir, I'm going to need you to settle down.
Listen, I'm not freaking out.
Security!
Come on.
Clean up. Check out 15. Clean up.
Even if your credit is this bad, we can still help. Penn Financial Group. We stop foreclosures, stop sheriff sales, reduce or eliminate your debt, and improve your credit rating, guaranteed. Call us today for a free consultation. Penn Financial Group. Get credit happy.
Your friends at the Berwick Medicine Shop want to wish you a happy holiday season and prosperity throughout the new year. The Medicine Shop, 145 East 9th Street in Berwick.
the sun. It's kind of like me trying to put into...
Liam Liz was first introduced to the Hazleton area when he was invited to perform at the annual Fun Fest celebration in September. This up-and-coming pop star will make a special concert appearance at the Wiltsey Center at the Historic Castle on Saturday, December 14th at 6:45 with doors opening at 6. Tickets are just $5 and a portion of the proceeds will support the Ronald McDonald House.
To put into words how pretty our eyes are.
The 10th annual Sounds of the Season will be held December 7th at the Alice C. Wilsey Performing Arts Center. Ring in the holidays with performances by the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, the Freeland Community Choir directed by Jackie Wetzel, local pan flute artist Paul Goldhart, and soprano soloist Sarah Gardner. Doors open at 6 p.m. Advance tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for children, plus applicable fees. Sounds of the Season, Ring in the Holidays is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Overall, a pretty nice looking day across our region throughout our Monday, and not looking bad as we go into our Tuesday and even Wednesday as some milder air starts to make its way back into our region. Before all said and done, we're going to be looking at least one of the days this week. We'll be getting into the 50s with some of the normally warmer locations getting into the mid to upper 50s. But again, that's going to be short-lived because after that, we're going to be looking at some colder air coming back into our region. We also have some rain to introduce you to in our forecast. Live 35 Skycast Doppler. Really nothing going on across our region. There's been a few sprinkles here and there, and through the overnight hours, we may have to deal with a couple of sprinkles out there or maybe a few flurries. But that pretty much is about it. But yeah, well, balmy 73, yes, that would be nice. But you know, he ain't in Hazleton anymore if it's 73 degrees because it's far from it. Temperatures generally now are only in the 40s, and we even have some upper 30s out there. And we'll get those instruments back up and running. A little bit of a setting up there on the roof that we'll have to do, and we'll get those numbers back. And you can see, though, this morning it was pretty chilly a little bit out there, upper 20s and lower 30s. I'm still imagining that 70-some degrees. That would be nice for December. You have to go down south. That's where those temperatures are in the 60s and 70s, even now as I speak. And today's high temperatures, as I said, generally up into the 40s for the most part. Not too bad of a December day. Temperature-wise, as I said now, generally in the 30s. There's some upper 20s as well, including New Angola, where it's 29, 36 in Berwick, 35 in Bloomsburg, 35 in Monomoy City, and 35 degrees in Danville. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Again, not a whole lot going on. A little bit of some precipitation as you head out toward the west. A little bit of some rain and snow showers mix, but for our neck of the woods, maybe a few sprinkles through tonight or flurries. That's about it. Skycast precipitation and clouds there. You can see a little bit of that light precip coming through. Really not going to do us any type of harm. Nothing significant to worry about. And then heading into tomorrow, not looking too bad, although we'll start to see a few more clouds around. And then Wednesday later on, especially in the evening and overnight hours, could see a couple of showers that could start to overspread our region. You can see these numbers as we go through tonight. 30s. Tomorrow we're up into the 40s. Dropping down into the 30s, maybe some upper 20s as we head into tomorrow night. Notice the noontime hour on Wednesday. Already, I think most locations should be managing to make it up into the 40s. So a nice day for tomorrow, temperature-wise. Fairly quiet across our region. And then by late week, another system comes through, and that's going to bring us another chance of seeing some rain across our region. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. So as we head into tomorrow, 42, as well as Wednesday, Thursday some showers break out, and then looks like a widespread rain as we go on to Thursday night and Friday. And then after that brings us some much colder air for Saturday and Sunday. And then as we go into early next week, maybe a little bit of a chance of some snow maybe. It's going to be cold enough for it, about 28 degrees. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the daily 648, the big four 5681, quinto numbers 80937, and the cash 5 710 21 33 and 43. We'll have more late edition, including sports, after these commercial messages.
Christ Lutheran Church, 467 Main Street in Cunningham, is hosting its 20th annual Living Nativity. Come out to experience the real meaning of Christmas on December 7th and 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. There are 14 scenes that make up this drive-through tour that includes live actors and live animals. Everyone is invited and the event is free. Come with the family and enjoy this magical holiday tradition. All the peace and joy of the season from Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Why should you choose Penn State Hazleton?
We have new scholarship money.
There's no application fee.
When you visit campus.
Opportunities to do research. Students are scoring internships
All over the country.
You can start here and finish here.
Or at another Penn State campus. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
Penn State is ranked #1 by corporate recruiters.
We have the largest alumni network
in the world.
It's your time.
Penn State.
Penn State lives here.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
Everyone knows Dan here at Heritage Hill. He's been devoted to our family of residents for over a decade. Experienced, nurturing, exceptional. It's what our care team is all about. Our residents enjoy personal care, homemade meals, day trips, clubs, and social activities. Shepherd's Garden, our memory care neighborhood, ensures a compassionate and secure environment. Come meet us. We're honored to share our hearts, our home, our heritage of caring. Heritage Hill Senior Community in Weatherly. Call today for your free personal tour.
All the joy of the season from the shop, too. Come browse their 2 locations in 2014. Always accepting new consignments.
May this joyous season bring you peace, health, and happiness throughout the coming year from Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton.
WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jentastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
This past Friday, the undefeated Berwick Bulldogs football team took on the Clearfield Bison at Central Mountain High School in the PIAA AAA quarterfinals. And the Bison weren't much of a hassle for the boys from Berwick as the Dogs won 44-7. We have all your game highlights right here. Obviously a pumped-up squad on a quest for gold, and I don't know where they'd be if it wasn't for junior quarterback C.J. Curry. Here Curry fakes the handoff and keeps it. He will put the Dogs on the board first. A few possessions later, Curry will drop back, find an open Andrew Force, and what a force he was. He's pulled down out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Ball back in Curry's hands. He keeps it for the sneak and just makes it inside the end zone for the score. The Dogs defense playing big on Friday. Here after the Bison quarterback steps back and tosses a bomb. Dane Kowalski is there for the interception. He runs it all the way back from Berwick's own 25-yard line, not stopping or slowing down, breaking free all the way back for the pick six. Here's another example of Kowalski's great vision, ball back in his hands, finding the route through the Bison defenders straight to the end zone. Ian Mizanki uses the cross route through midfield, Curry with the perfect toss, and the Dogs are making it look easy. And lastly, we've seen his arm. Here's more from his legs. Curry showed off his speed, and no one is able to catch him. He will run the Bulldogs into the PIAA Eastern Final this Friday, but only after a well-deserved pat on the back from his grandfather,
legendary coach George Curry.
I'll tell you what, our kids did a good job. They just find it. You know, you don't realize what we went with tonight. I mean, we were really young on that offensive line. But you know what? When we crank it up and we get a little emotional, get fired up, I'll tell you what, our kids just find a way. I mean, they're tough kids.
We also talked to the junior Curry and the senior Dean Kowalski, who had 127 rushing yards in the win against Clearfield.
There's always going to be some nerves, you know, state quarterfinals. It's our first time ever coming this far in a long time. So, you know, there are some nerves we had to work out. I think once we worked them out, you know, we knew that we could push them around a little bit, I think. And once we finally got to do that, did some misdirection, you know, we started to finally get it rolling. Once we get the ball rolling, it's tough to stop.
I think if we get down, it really motivates our players to dig deeper. And then once we start scoring, it's hard to stop us.
I like the way you guys.
Berwick heads to J. Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown on Friday night, the same place where they beat Bethlehem Catholic in the first round of the state playoffs 2 weeks ago. The team standing in their way, Archbishop Wood from the Philly area. They took out Academy Park 42-12. Kickoff on Friday at 7 p.m. Anne's back with more of your top stories coming up after the break.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. For chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and trophy trout fishermen, which is why we've built our new Discoverer AT3 for all traction, all terrain, all the time performance. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
On the way to retirement, some people realize that work isn't really a bad thing. Some may want to start their own business one day. Our financial advisors will look at your complete financial picture, no matter where your money's invested, to create a plan designed to help you get to and through retirement. When you need a financial advisor fully invested in you, turn to us, Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. This week on The Storm, my discussion will be with local concerned citizen and outspoken advocate for smaller, responsible, accountable government, area businessman Louis J. Booty Beltrami. He doesn't mince words. He means what he says and says what he means. It's a fascinating half-hour discussion that our legislators better pay attention to. This week only on WYLN TV 35.
An armed holdup at the Turkey Hill on Alter Street in Hazleton. It happened around 3 o'clock this morning. Hazleton police were called to the Turkey Hill after the holdup alarm was activated. The clerk told them that the two Hispanic males pushed her to the back of the store. Both were armed with what appeared to be handguns. The two males fled on foot in an unknown direction. The descriptions of the two males are on your screen now. The clerk was not injured, and the report did not indicate if anyone was in the store at the time. No word at this time if anything was stolen. Anyone with information is asked to call the Hazleton Police Department at 570-459-4940 or dial 911. A weekend stabbing in a Mahanoy City home. 53-year-old Lawrence Quinn was found at his home in Mahanoy City at 739 East Mahanoy Avenue around 4:40 a.m. Sunday morning with a single stab wound to the chest. Quinn was found lying in the kitchen area of his home. The two other residents were inside at the time. When EMS arrived on scene, they tried to revive Quinn but were unsuccessful. He was pronounced dead at the scene by a Schuylkill County deputy coroner. A full autopsy will be performed on Quinn this week at Lehigh Valley Hospital, but in court papers, Kimberly Hahn stated she did it in self-defense. She stated Quinn had hit Hahn's mother. She confronted him and they got into an argument. Hahn stated Quinn pinned her against the sink and had her by her throat. She grabbed a knife and stabbed him. Hans has not been charged at this point. Anyone with information on Quinn's death is asked to contact the Monterey City Police Department at 570-773-2313. A longtime state representative who represents portions of Luzerne County has announced that she will retire at the end of next year. Representative Phyllis Mundy, a Democrat from Kingston, is currently serving her 12th term in office, and when she retires, she will have served 24 years in the state house. Mundy was first elected in 1990, defeating incumbent Scott Dietrich, a Kingston Republican. Throughout her political career, Mundy worked with several volunteer organizations and led successful initiatives to expand prescription drug benefits and care for senior citizens. She also promoted quality care for foster children and garnered a reputation for outstanding constituent service. Mundy will complete her term, which runs through November 30th of 2014. On Friday, we told you that a reward fund was going to be set up for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the killer of a 97-year-old woman from Nanticoke. Gertrude Price was found dead inside her Nanticoke home on Grand Street. Investigators say the intruder beat Price to death after entering the house through a basement window. They added that it was a random home invasion robbery and happened sometime between 10 p.m. last Thursday and 10 o'clock a.m. the following day. Retired Nanticoke police officer Kevin Grivera organized the reward fund. Grivera put in the first $1,000 just hours after the news broke Friday morning. Others have pledged money as well, and it currently stands at $3,000. The fund is set up at PNC Bank and administered by the Nanticoke nonprofit group Fraternal Order of Eagles. Interested parties can send donations to FOE Just Rewards Fund, care of Gertrude Price, PNC Bank, 600 South Market Street, Nanticoke, PA, 18634. Cash and checks are accepted. Anyone with information is asked to call State Police at Wyoming at 570-697-2000. Pennsylvania State Police have issued its Thanksgiving holiday crash report from November 27th through December 1st. Police investigated 936 crashes. From those, 9 people were killed, 236 were injured, and according to police, 74 of them were alcohol-related. 1,202 people were cited by troopers for not wearing their seatbelts, and 104 motorists were cited for not securing children in safety seats. 7,446 speeding tickets were given, and 433 drivers were arrested for driving under the influence. These statistics only include incidents reported by the state police. They do not include the number of accidents investigated by local police. A Wilkes-Barre man was charged with switching bets twice at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. 60-year-old Salvatore Toto Leggio was playing mighty baccarat on November 10th when he put a $1,500 on the banker's bet of the game. When Leggio saw that the player's wage was the winner, he tried a quick sleight of hand movement to move his bet to the player's betting spot. After the dealer realized what Leggio had done, he reported him to a supervisor. Leggio was charged with 2 counts of theft by deception and fraudulently winning or reducing a loss. Just after 12:30 today, Hazleton police responded to the intersection of Wyoming and Green Streets for a motor vehicle accident. A 2007 blue Dodge 1500 pickup truck went through a red light, striking a 2012 gray Nissan Juke on the driver's side. Traffic was backed up for a short amount of time. There were no injuries reported from this afternoon's accident in Hazleton. Wilkes-Barre's credit rating has been upgraded. Standard & Poor's Rating Services has revised its outlook on its outstanding general obligation bonds from A- to A+. S&P cited several factors, including fiscal management, improved liquidity, and strong budget flexibility. The report also stated the city's reserves are 19% above expenditures for the past several years. In less than a year, the city has removed itself from a negative watch list and increased ratings on city bonds from negative to positive. Mayor Tom Layton said it was, quote, the result of years of hard work by my administration to build a strong financial foundation for the city of Wilkes-Barre, unquote. City Council is expected to approve a $3 million tax revenue anticipation note tran for 2014. Layton says he expects a low interest rate of 1.68, a far better rating than its sister cities Scranton and Hazleton have been able to get the last few years. And it's not just the novice hunters headed out to the woods. The younger generation is out looking for their first buck ever thanks to the Mentored Youth Hunting Program. 9-year-old McKenna Thompson and her dad Adam Thompson headed out bright and early together to look for McKenna's first buck. In 2006, the Pennsylvania Game Commission launched the Mentored Youth Hunting Program aimed at children under the age of 12. The license gives youth an introduction to the outdoors and nurtures their early interest in hunting, giving them a more active role while with a mentoring adult.
It's a huge amount of fun and stuff. You're just a great family experience.
McKenna says it was dark, cold, and sometimes scary, but she had a lot of fun being able to hang out with her dad on the first day of hunting season.
We have to use hot hands. It's a little packet that you shake, and it just heats up and it heats your hands up. And that's what we have to use just to heat ourselves up. It's when we get here, it's very, very dark, and we can't really see, so we have to have a little headlight for us. And sometimes it can get a little scary in the dark because you'll hear owls, and sometimes you'll think that there's someone chasing you behind you or anything like that. But it's really fun, and it's a good time to spend time with your dad.
When out with a mentoring hunting license, you are only allowed to carry one gun. Adam says this license is a great opportunity to show his daughter what hunting is all about.
With the mentor license, we're only allowed to have one firearm with us, and it's usually the gun that she's going to use. I'll carry it until we get stationary. When we get to a stationary spot where we're going to hunt, then I can hand her the gun. But we saw deer, just didn't get any shots on them.
Although they didn't get a buck, like many other hunters out there, they're hoping to get one before the end of the season. For more information on the mentoring license program, you can log on to pgc.state.pa.us. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Coming up next, Beth Mensinger is back with more sports here on Late Edition. But now it's time to go back outside to Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik in our Bedrock Gardens Weather Center with the latest on this upcoming weather. Joe?
Well, not looking too bad outside right now. Temperature-wise, not bad actually for this time of year, considering we're in the beginning part of December. And it's even going to get more mild across our region the next few days, and then some colder air will follow. I'll let you know about all the 7-day forecast coming up in a little bit. But how about 4.5 feet of snow on this particular day? It happened in New York back in 1966, 54 inches to be exact. We'll talk about the 7-day forecast coming at you in just a little bit.
The sun is kind of like me trying to put into...
Liam Liz was first introduced to the Hazleton area when he was invited to perform at the annual Fun Fest celebration in September. This up-and-coming pop star will make a special concert appearance at the Wiltsey Center at the Historic Castle on Saturday, December 14th at 6:45 with doors opening at 6. Tickets are just $5 and a portion of the proceeds will support the Ronald McDonald House.
To put into words how pretty our eyes are.
Bad credit? No credit. No problem. Valmont Auto Sales on Route 93 in West Hazleton can help. At Valmont, they offer a variety of clean and fully serviced cars, trucks, and minivans. Valmont offers easy credit. Buy here, pay here. They offer low down payments, same-day approval, and all their vehicles are only $65 a week. They are locally owned and operated. Call Jerry or Joe today at 501-2626. Valmont Auto Sales, located on Route 93 near Arby's in West Hazleton.
Merry Christmas and healthy and happy New Year from Nancy's Caring Angels, 467 East 17th Street in Hazel Township.
Wishing you a wonderful holiday season filled with many happy and memorable moments. From Monoy Elderly Apartments, 10 West Center Street in Monoy City.
Gould SureSave is proud to announce our expanded dairy department, which means a 10% increase in our dairy variety. Like our other departments, dairy is now computer controlled for temperature and food safety. With this, our fourth secondary cooling system, we now have well over 90% environmentally friendly refrigeration. New dairy door cases with LED lighting help create energy efficiency, selection, freshness, safety.
Stop by Gould SureSave and get everything you need for your family's holiday table.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Christ Lutheran Church, 467 Main Street in Cunningham, is hosting its 20th annual Living Nativity. Come out to experience the real meaning of Christmas on December 7th and 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. There are 14 scenes that make up this drive-through tour that includes live actors and live animals. Everyone is invited and the event is free. Come with the family and enjoy this magical holiday tradition. All the peace and joy of the season from Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham.
Three Penn State football players were named to the Big Ten's first team all-conference earlier today, including junior Allen Robinson and seniors John Urschel and Daquan Jones. It's the second time for both the receiver Robinson and guard Urschel. It's the first time that the defensive tackle Jones made the first team. 9 other Nittany Lions earned honorable mentions, including freshman quarterback Christian Hackenberg, who was also named the Big Ten's Freshman of the Week for the 5th time this season. Peter Luco, president of the Philadelphia Flyers parent company Comcast Spectacor, stepped down earlier today. It was a move that surprised many throughout the organization, including club chairman Ed Snyder, who said the news came out of the blue. Lugo was one of the main proponents of the Flyers taking part in 2 Winter Classics and also bringing the 2014 NHL draft to Philadelphia. Dave Scott will fill Lugo's position as the acting president of Comcast Spectacor until a replacement is found. Russ Kanzler, a rail rider. It might be possible after the free agent from right here in Hazleton signed a minor league deal with the Yankees earlier today. Kanzler was part of the Yankees organization last year for about a month, but was soon designated for assignment to make room for Travis Hafner. In 2014, the former International League MVP may see some time at third base for the club, but has played more at first and in the outfield. Kanzler's strength is hitting. He went .252 in 125 games this season in AAA. That should be interesting to see how Russ does if he comes and plays baseball around us. And BleacherReport.com is reporting that the Phillies and infielder Kevin Franzen have reached an agreement on a 1-year contract worth $900,000. In the past 2 seasons with Philly, he's had a .280 average at the plate and 40 runs batted in. There were some words that maybe a few more Phillies have been re-signed also tonight. Moving to tonight's scoreboard in Monday Night Football, the Seahawks and the fans in Seattle are giving the Saints a pretty rude awakening. New Orleans trails 27-7. In the NHL, Flyers and the Wild both held scoreless until the third period. When Minnesota began to pour it on, Bullies fall 2-0. The Jets win 5-2, and Montreal gets the win 3-2 over the Devils. Just about halfway through the first period in LA, no score between the Blues and the Kings. On the hardwood, the Wizards blow out the Magic by 18 points. It's free basketball ×2 in Chicago. The Pelicans lead the Bulls 114-111, and almost overtime for the Spurs and the Hawks. San Antonio gets that 2-point win in the last seconds. In Utah, the Jazz lead Houston 82-76, and in the second quarter, the Pacers have the 1-point advantage on the Trailblazers. Joe's back with more weather next. Stay tuned.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational, speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
Edgewood in the Pines, located in Drums, provides the perfect scenery in any season to complement your wedding or special event. From the spectacular colors of fall, a cozy winter setting, or the plush greens of summer, Edgewood will provide a breathtaking setting for your exceptional affair. Edgewood is perfect for weddings, birthday celebrations, showers, baptism, or any special event. From small intimate gatherings to breathtaking formal affairs, your event is certain to be an amazing experience to remember for years to come. Celebrate at Edgewood in the Pines.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Your friends at Joe's Used Auto Parts, 2401 Summer Road in New Ringgold, want to wish you a happy holiday season and prosperity throughout the new year.
Happy holidays and many good wishes for a new year of happiness and prosperity from Connects Janitorial, 406 East Mountainside Drive in Sugarloaf. Off the Beaten Path is a half-hour program that showcases interesting and unique people, places, and things in Pennsylvania. Hosted by Jeff Bonomo, Brian Bromley, and Ken Cara, Off the Beaten Path is fast-paced, light-hearted, and sometimes even downright funny. Each show, we travel to many destinations in Pennsylvania, including restaurants, events, unique landmarks, and we talk with interesting people. So come with us off the Beaten Path.
Well, now that we are officially in the beginning part of December, we introduce you to what's known as meteorological winter. And meteorological winter officially begins beginning of December. It actually marks the coldest quarter of the year, and we are in it right through the early part of March. And astronomical winter, we know, begins about the 3rd week of December, so that is just around the corner. Our live 35 Skycast Doppler statewide. Nothing to show you across the Northeast. A few flurries, a few sprinkles maybe tonight. That's about it. A couple of snow, rain showers mixed as you head further out toward the west. But again, nothing to get too excited about through the overnight hours. Not a lot going on. Again, the cold weather confined way up toward the north. Bismarck, it's 22. It's only 7 degrees right now in Great Falls. And as you go further toward the south, you can see some of the milder air. And we're going to stay on the mild side of things over the next couple of days. And before all is said and done, at least one of the days this week, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the 50s. It is now 37 at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 32 in Williamsport as well, Selinsgrove, and 33 degrees in State College. Up in the Wyoming Valley area from Nanticoke through Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, Pittston, and Lehman, mid to upper 30s are your temperatures as I speak, as we go into the 11 o'clock hour. So a little bit of some precipitation and mixed precipitation out in the western and northwestern part of the state. For the rest of us, a few sprinkles or flurries through the overnight hours. That's about it. And then not looking bad as we go into tomorrow. And then we're going to be looking at some nice temperatures. One of the days this week, which I'm going to show you on a 7-day forecast, like I said, it's going to be getting into the 50s. But again, that's going to be short-lived because we're going to be dealing with some colder temperatures to follow after we deal with some rain across our region. No rain, no tomorrow. We're going to stay fairly nice temperature-wise, and we should be dry throughout the daytime hours. And then later on in the week, a system comes through that's going to give us some rain, and then it's going to bring in some much colder air across our region. How cold, you might ask? Well, the answers are for you right here on a 7-day forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. there you can see for yourself, 42 as we head into the next 2 days. Clouds around, a little bit of some sunshine, some showers break out for Thursday, and a widespread rain, I think, as we go into our Thursday night and Friday, and then it drags in some much colder air, eventually back into the 20s for daytime highs by the second part of the weekend and early next week. Maybe a chance of a little bit of some snow next Monday, but enjoy those temperatures, especially Thursday. 50s for this time of year, not bad.
But it's still raining. That's why I said on topic A. You're like, he goes, it's a beautiful Thursday. It's okay.
That's not bad. I'm still looking at 75 degrees outside our station. I like that.
I'll take it. I'll take 75 degrees.
Yes.
The weather vane, Joe's going to be climbing to the roof.
Yeah, it just needs a quick reset, I think. That's it.
All right, well, you're a meteorologist. You can handle it.
Although I don't think anybody's complaining. I'll say to heck with resetting it. Just keep it that way.
All right. Well, we will see you tomorrow. Topic A, 5:30, late edition at 10. Have a wonderful night.